Be with you guys tonight. I do have a couple announcements for us just to talk over a few things, and then we will get rocking and rolling into our topic tonight. I was really hoping there's going to be more people because this is a an interactive topic, or it was supposed to be an interactive topic as we close out the end of the year. But you know what? If people watch the recording back, I think it's going to be really great too. So couple announcements I have for you guys right away is so we have a new level one flavor coming. This is actually a flavor that is already in a level one bar. It's not a level one bar flavor that we regularly keep though. So it's going to be exciting to have it in a protein source. And as always, the proteins go based off of how well do they sell if we end up keeping those flavors, right? So the level one flavor we are coming out with is birthday cake. So that one launches on, it should launch, let me put an asterisk by that. It should launch the 26th, so Friday after Christmas. And I have had it shipped to my mom's house back in Wisconsin, where we'll be at that time, so that I can get you guys a taste test. So I've heard if you've had the level one bar birthday cakes, it tastes very similar to that. But yes, the actual level one birthday cake itself, the protein will be available on the 26th. So I'm super excited about that. Again, just nice to have another flavor. I think that one will be really good in overnight oats as well as in like a protein balls or something like that. So that's very exciting. The second thing is I forgot to put it in the email today. So for those of you guys that do train with Kelsey, you've already seen that. Oh, Abby, the flavor is birthday cake for level one. So that's what's coming. I just saw your chat. Um, so I put this in the Train with Kelsey email. So if you get the Train with Kelsey emails, you've already seen this. But if you haven't, it's going to be something we're talking about in the Facebook group. And that is we're doing a challenge called the Train with Kelsey Glow Up or the Invictus Core Glow Up. And from now until the end of the year, this is a great opportunity for you guys to share your progress pictures. If you're not comfortable sharing your progress pictures, just getting on your social media and sharing how the Invictus Core or Train with Kelsey has changed your life. So maybe you just joined the program and you're like, I don't have a lot to say, but you know what? I've learned a lot of things so far. Let me share that. Or Abby shared her awesome transformation photos over the last year today. And that's really great because the reason we want to do that, guys, is people will look for something come January 1, right? They are looking of like, okay, a lot of people outside of you guys are not thinking about their New Year's goals until it's actually New Year's. They don't have the thought process to think of like, what could I be doing, the week leading up to Christmas to actually move me closer towards my goals. That's not even a thought for them. They're going to start looking at that after Christmas, right? So come the 26th, they're going to be like, okay, what am I doing for the New Year's resolution? What am I going to commit to? And if they're able to see you guys committing to your goals this entire time, or the things that you're talking about are the things that you're learning, maybe they'll jump in the Facebook group and find a really great home there. Maybe they'll become a coaching client. Maybe they'll become a member of Train with Kelsey. Like we've got a lot of really great things here on the Invictus Core that we have worked so hard for over the last couple of years to honestly service anybody that comes our way. You want free health and fitness advice? Facebook group is really great. You want a workout program you can do from anywhere? Train with Kelsey is great. You actually want to get into the nitty gritty of your nutrition and get some really great results. I can coach you to do that and I can coach you to be there. So I'm really proud of what we've built, but what we've built is because of all of you guys. So again, taking some time to share your results and things like that, it's really important. So again, that glow up challenge is running from now until the end of the year for you to share that on your social media. And for everybody who does, we're going to enter you into a giveaway to win a vibration plate and probably throw a couple things in there as well. So we'll randomize it and we'll choose one person who went publicly to their social media as well. So I've been keeping track of those things on my end, but just wanted to put that out there for you guys. If there's any questions about that challenge, just shoot me a message. If you have any questions on how to put a video together, a post together, please, please, please let us know. But tagging us is important so that we can repost it on our social media feeds as well. So any initial questions about that? Or do we feel pretty comfortable with the requirements for the glow up? Hopefully feel pretty good with it. Okay, cool. Let me see. Heather gave me a thumbs up. All right, I like it. Okay. So that is the second announcement that I had. And then the third announcement is again, just a reminder, we're not having team calls for the next 2 weeks. So we're not going to have it on the 24th or the 31st. Logan and I will actually probably be traveling back here on the 31st. So we'll be in the car for 15 hours that day. Which is a lot. But then in addition to that too, I want you guys to be with your family. So no team calls and no assessments next week, but many of us have already talked on the phone or we're talking on the phone in the back half of this week to make sure that you're set up for success. So it's just a couple of announcements I've had. So That's what I've got for you all. And we are going to jump into our topic tonight. So I'm glad there's at least four of you on here because I think this will be a really great way for us to have a good conversation and get other people who are watching the recording to think about this. And we are talking about the December reflection ritual. So we're ending the year proud. That's what I want us to think about this year. So I want every one of you who's on the call right now, I want you to talk about or share, and you can put it in the chat or you can unmute just one win that you're most proud of in 2025. So maybe it's a physical goal, maybe it's a nutrition goal, maybe it was a sleep goal or a step goal that you continually crush. So I want you guys all to think about one win that you're most proud of in 2025. Abby says birthing a baby. Yeah, girl. I get it. That's a huge accomplishment. So I love that. Okay, good. That's great to get us started. What else for you guys? What are you most proud of in 2025?
When I was working on my goals today, oh, actually, it's been a week-long process, but anywho, when I was typing them up today and I went back through my calendar and was checking off like when I had worked out and this and that, I had not missed or had and made up every train with Kelsey. So I did not miss one all year.
You are amazing, Heather. That's a freaking
So it made
accomplishment.
like the week of vacation, I didn't work out, but I just squeezed them all in the following week and stuff like that. So I was like, all right. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Heck yeah, girl. That's amazing. I love that. And for you to go from just a little shout out to you, you went from three workouts to four workouts. So you not only
Right.
didn't miss the three, but you jumped up to the four as well.
Yep.
So I love that. Heck yes. Okay, huge accomplishment. Love it, love it. Allison said she held a plank for a minute. I know that was one of her goals for 2025. And she said she wore pants with buttons comfortably, not just pull-on pants. That is also huge, Allison. I love that for you so much. Yay. Good. Crystal, I think you were going to unmute. What else were you going to say?
Honestly, I was just going to say consistency with nutrition
Yeah.
because that's been really hard since I've been on such low calories before I started working with you.
Yeah.
So,
Huge to realize like, okay, this is actually what my body needs and why I've maybe felt not so great before is because I didn't have the fuel that I needed. So I would say that's a huge win for you too. Consistency. I love that. Brittany said scaling their business, which they are killing it. I absolutely love that for them. Coming back to the Invictus Corps. Yes, we're so excited to have you back and building your faith. Huge goals. I love that, you guys. Good. I think that every time we go into a new year, it's again, it's resolution city everywhere, right? Everybody's like, okay, new year, new me. And honestly, I don't love that mantra. I don't love subscribing to that because I'm like, new year, same you, maybe some new goals, maybe some new habits in place, but the overall goal we're still working towards some things. And I find that a lot of people when they're thinking about the year ahead, they tend to get really negative about the previous year. So when they're thinking about 2026, they feel like they didn't accomplish a lot in 2025. But when you sit back and you think about it, you guys just shared a ton of things that you accomplished. More consistency with nutrition, did not miss a single train with Kelsey workout, birthed a whole baby. That's a lot, right? Holding a 1 minute plank, scaling a business. Those are all things that had you not put consistent time, energy, and effort into, you would have never accomplished those things. So it's so important to, when we look forward for goals, to also look back 30, 60, 90 days of what allowed us to have those progress. But then you do that 30, 60, 90, and you do that three, four times, you're going to get all the way back to January of the previous year of some of those things that went really well. So love it, love it, love it. Good. Now, here's another question for us. What is one thing that you are still carrying that you can release before January 1st? So I want you to think about that. What is one thing you are still carrying with you that you can release before January 1st and not take into the next year? Let's dig into that one. Might be a little bit of a hard question, but a good question.
So I don't have an answer, but that was literally one of my goals for 26 is to come up with different ways to like decompress and let things go. And
Okay.
it's not one particular thing, it's just like life in itself. So I don't have an answer, but that I'm working towards it.
So you're like, give me some options, right? What
Yeah.
can
So
I let
everybody give
go
me
of,
your
right?
ideas of what we're going to let go of and how we're going to do it.
Yeah, I like that though, Heather, of realizing intentionally, like, okay, you know what? That stress isn't healthy. Like, I do need to find a way to process that stress.
Yep.
So I love that. Good. One of the things Brittany said in the comments, this is huge perfectionism. I feel like a lot of us are type A, right? If you track your macros, you're a pretty type A person. So yeah, perfectionism is huge. I love that. Letting go of that. Good. What else? What other things are we thinking about here?
I think so. This kind of goes with my word for 2026. Um, Very type A, very perfectionist, but control. I feel like I have to have control over all the situations
Yeah.
and all the things that we talked about today. Just
Yeah.
kind of letting it go and using all those other goals as a way to get to what my big goal is.
Totally. Yeah, I think that's so important. And a lot of the times when you guys are goal setting, you'll realize that like this goal is actually like when you're accomplishing this one, you're also simultaneously going to be accomplishing the other one too. And I know that many of us who have had our conversations already this week, like those are the things that we're coming up with. So I like that, Crystal. Yeah, letting go of control. Um, I would love to hear what anybody else has to say too, but I think one of the things that I'm really letting go in the new year that's really hard for me is my life is content, right? Which what you guys see a very different side of my life because you know me personally and you also see me on such a deeper level from like a coaching perspective and in the app and in the Facebook group. But my entire life is content. And with that being said, I hold myself to a very high standard of feeling very judged with a lot of the content that I put out. And I just have to realize that it honestly doesn't matter what anybody else thinks because I'm now viewing my Instagram as a timeline for me to look back at like all the accomplishments that I've had and things that I'm proud of and things that I wanted to post just because I wanted to post. And I feel like this year I did a really great job of that, of sharing like me decorating for the holidays. Like I probably would have never done that a year or 2 years ago because I'd have been like, oh, it doesn't fit my niche. And now I'm just like, I don't really care what people think because I want to post whatever I want to post. So letting go of that perfectionism in a way for me too, and just creating what makes me happy is something that I'm trying to like the whole niched market I'm trying to leave in 25 because relationships are built on so much more than that. No one only wants to see fitness or nutrition content. So that's something that I'm thinking about too. But as you guys are thinking about your goals for the new year, think about also some things you don't want to come back to, right? Some things you truly do want to let go. Maybe it's the opinion of others. Maybe it's the opinion of one certain person. Maybe it's the reaction you have to coworkers' comments or different things like that. I think we all in a way can let something go to be really positive. So I like that. Good. Okay, another question for you guys, and this will be kind of like the last one we'll finish up with. What is one habit that you want to protect going into the new year? So a habit that you want to protect going into 2026. Might take some time to think about, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be a health and fitness habit either. I can start to give you guys something to think about. Something that I did this last year, and part of it was my hormone healing journey because I was in a really great way forced to do these things with stress management. But I became such a big reader this last year, and I have read, I think since June, over 60 books on my Kindle. And I can finish a book in about 2 or 3 days if I really want to. I'm a very fast reader, but I want to keep the habit of reading because, and specifically leisure reading. I love personal development reading, don't get me wrong, but I feel like that's all I read for 10 years and I kind of got burnt out on it. But I want to protect that habit because I love getting lost in a book, like a romance book or a mystery book. It's just something that my brain is not constantly thinking about patients or did I order this MRI or whatever. It's like I can get lost in some characters in a book, so I want to protect my habit of reading. What about you guys now that I kind of kicked us off and sparked that?
I think for me, it's my time, me time
Yeah.
that I've worked over like the last couple of years to like find. I mean, with my girls being 25 and 20, they have their own lives, but they still need me. My husband still needs me.
Mhm.
Um, but I dedicate time to myself, whether if it's my workouts or if it's, a massage, whatever it is, it's
Yeah.
me time. So keeping that and not losing.
Yeah, I love that, Heather. And you're really good about that too. I I laugh when you're like, I actually took a nap.
I
Like
did.
I laid down, I
So
took a
exciting.
nap.
And that, like, I was celebrating it. So yes,
I'm
20 minutes was amazing.
I'm also like, why did I fight naps so hard in kindergarten? Like I
Yes.
could have used all those naps. Like, what am I doing? Right?
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so yeah, protecting your sacred time for you, the me time, that's important. Brittany said, love reading, such a great escape. I couldn't agree more. And yeah, she said she agrees with Heather. Self-care time and time to herself too. Good. Yeah. Crystal or Allison, do you guys have anything?
I was going to say sleep
Yeah.
and also just protecting the habit of like making sure that I'm using my stress management techniques because I
Mm,
always carry so much.
yeah.
And so really trying to work on more habits or like more hobbies just to
Yeah.
release that stress.
I like that. I know that's something that you and I talked about when we were doing like your Dutch test and all that different stuff, which is something almost every single person who's done the Dutch test with me, I'm like, what are your hobbies that are not fitness? Like, what do you do for fun, right? I think that's so important. And for those of you guys that don't know, Crystal's a nurse, but her husband's also a nurse too. So like you have two people in very stressful environments. So yeah, protecting those stress management techniques so you're not pulling things into your relationship and you're able to get that good sleep. I think that that's huge. And Allison said, yeah, not snoozing the alarm. Ooh, I love protecting that too. Yeah, I'm a victim of snooze sometimes. Not as much as I used to be, but I'm definitely a victim of snooze when I shouldn't. So good. I think that those things are important. So just a different way to look at things, right? We've already done our call on goal planning and things like that on our calls this week. A lot of us are talking about, our goals and what we want to work towards, and those things are important. But it's also important to build your goals based off of wins that you were really proud of in 2025. Release some things that you definitely don't need to carry into 2026 and focus on a habit that you want to protect, because what you all probably realize is the habit that you chose to protect also aligns with your goals. You may just not have realized it right away, right? So something like that is going to be very important for us to keep coming back to of what am I letting go? What am I keeping, but also what am I protecting too? So just some really great things for us to again think about. And that shifts us away from I don't do enough to look at how far I've come. And that's huge motivation for January because you guys aren't the January 1 crowd, right? I've touted us as that for the last couple years. I never want you to be just the January 1 crowd. You're the rare ones who show up in December, and we're showing up in November and committed to a train with Kelsey that went all of November and December. And that consistency is why you'll be miles ahead of everyone else when they're starting from zero. And not that that's a bad thing, right? We're so proud that they are starting something, but it's huge for you guys to already be out there on the front lines. And you might not think it's going to happen, but somebody's going to come up to you and say that because you chose to commit to XYZ, they have all of a sudden decided to as well. The announcement that you guys will see from Ambassador Abby tomorrow is she talks about how after 7 years, the blue collar guys that she works with, two of them today asked her, "Hey, Abby, how do I get healthier? Like, what do I do?" Right? 7 years she's worked with these guys, but she shows up every single day. She meal preps, she brings her food, she gets her steps in at lunch, and they're all of a sudden like, okay, fine, what are you doing? Right? So, because you guys are the rare ones who show up throughout the year, you show up when it's not convenient for you always, and through the holidays you ultimately you're such a leg ahead, but people are really going to see that from a good perspective as well. So I'm proud of all of you. I'm so blessed and fortunate to coach you guys through this and to hear so many of your goals. Like already, I feel like these calls that we've done this week so far, and we'll get to everybody else's, but they've been so good. And I'm just like, man, I love seeing you guys say like, I want to buy a house, I want to buy a car, we want to expand our family. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff that you guys are working towards. Like at this point, I'm like, I don't even care about the pounds on the scale. I don't care about those other things because, like, you guys are out there living life, but you're able to do that because of the discipline you have cultivated and created through nutrition as well as fitness. And I respect the hell out of that. And I just want you guys to know that. So I think it's going to be a really great year for our team. I'm so excited to take you guys through it. And I wanted to kind of wrap up the year with this call. So we'll all come back together on team calls. The first one that we'll do will be Wednesday, January 7th. So that's a great time for us to, the first is on a Thursday. Train with Kelsey challenge, 8-week challenge starts on that Monday, the 5th. So we'll have our first team call on the 7th, and I look forward to that. So does anybody have any things you want to add as we were talking about that, or things that you want to share or questions before we jump off the call?
Can I just ask you while we're on the
Yeah.
call? Um, I would, ugh, I'm emotional, sorry.
You're okay.
I would like to do a post
Yeah.
um, for like the glow up, but
Yes.
I don't really know like I guess it'd just be more of a like a post versus like a side by side.
Sure.
But
Hmm.
I think my only issue is just like, and I'm trying to just like let go, who cares what everyone else thinks, because I'm still like finishing up sessions with that other trainer.
Yeah.
So just something to like put out there.
Yeah. So are you asking like if you don't want to do a transformation photo, like what could you share?
Mhm.
So I would say, I honestly, a really great thing, Crystal, would be to talk about your experience with the Dutch test. Like, what did you learn about doing the Dutch test, like with me? Or another great thing would be like, here is, here's just the community, a link to the Facebook group. Here's a community that I love being a part of. Like, here's what I've learned in the, 2, 3 months of being a part of that. Anything that you're willing to share about our community would be awesome because a lot of people, again, they're searching for something, they just
Mhm.
don't know where to look. And they're going to go on TikTok and they're going to go on Facebook. And then if they can see that this is a great community to come to and they know you, they trust you because they know you. And then they're going to know that that's a really great source as well. So I would say anything like that that you're willing to share, perfect.
Okay. And then I think just like maybe some help. I'm not the best with formulating like how to do a, like I can do a post, I guess, and just like add stuff in, or I
Yeah.
don't know how to do all the specific, I don't know, like
Yeah, that's okay. If you need like the
special
link,
things to the post.
yeah, if you need the link to the Facebook group, I'll send you the link. You can only link a link on Facebook. You can't put like a link in an Instagram caption, which is really frustrating, or TikTok. Depending on what form you want to post it on, or even if you just want to do like a story, I can make sure you have the link and I'll show you how to link it too. So just shoot me a message and I'll help you with that. It's no problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Yay. Awesome. Any other questions from you guys? Are we good to go? I'm glad we had at least a little crew tonight. Yeah, Allison, you're welcome. No place I'd rather be. Hanging with you guys for 2025. Duh. Let's do it again in 2026, right? I love it. I'm already ready for the retreat again, guys. I don't know about y'all, but I'm like, it's been a month and I'm already having withdrawals. And partly because I just found out I'm going back to HQ in the end of January. And I'm like, I wish I could bring all of you guys with me. So
Oh, it's gonna be cold and snowy. Oh no.
I know, I know. But
No.
we do it. We do what we got to do.
Yeah.
We do what we got to do. Well, I'm thankful for each and every one of you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I know I'll talk to so many of you before, but happy holidays. Have a fantastic time with your family. Soak it all up. And we'll plan on reconnecting back all together as a group on January 7th. But in the meantime, I'll be reaching out to you guys with calls and different things like that. So have a great rest of your night. I'll see you all later. Bye.